The Red Barons Parachute Club dropping in to get this Courage Trophy match officially started. So welcome to Powderhall Stadium in Edinburgh, where tonight speedway stars of Scotland and England meet in a match that's traditionally as close and as competitive as anything you're likely to see at Hampden Park or Wembley. Fans here, and there are quite a few of them about, will be hoping that Scotland can repeat the victory they scored over the English the last time the old enemy came to Edinburgh. So it promises to be the best of dirt track action. So let's get on with the action and join John Cumming in the commentary position, and he's joined by Scotland's new team manager, Bert Harkin.
Alan Emerson, the yellow helmet, and Kenny McKenna for Scotland in the blue. And McKenna trailing for us. McMillan, the Scottish captain, out front on the inside line, being trailed at the moment by Neil Collins of England, who's on the inside line. McMillan then for Scotland after one lap and a nice line, taking the first bend neatly, trailed, and a drawback there from Neil Collins of England, but the English riders in second and third places, which would level the count at 3-3 if it stays that way. Putting up the rear in the blue helmet, Kenny McKenna, but it's still out front. There he goes, McMillan on the bend, into the back straight now, well clear of the rest of them. The two English riders behind him, Collins, Neil Collins, and Alan Emerson, who rides with Newcastle. One lap to go then for McMillan out front, picking up 3 points possibly if he doesn't muff it at this stage. He nearly blew it at the bend there, but he's got it quite clear by a fair margin. McMillan riding this Powderhall track beautifully. Checkered flag waiting for him as he comes in. For 3 points, McMillan the winner. Second, Neil Collins in the white helmet, and third, Alan Emerson in the yellow and black helmet to tie the score, 3 points apiece at the end of the first heat. And the time, 64.8. 64.8. Hunter, the veteran, the oldest rider, and there's the tape nearly broken. And these days in Speedway, if a tape is broken, the rider is excluded, but that's just a bend, and I think they'll just approach the tapes again. They're not actually broken, so they're going to let them go again. Hunter on the inside in red, just pulling back there to see what the position is as the referee gets going. But we've had Blacka, in fact, excluded. Ivan Blacka in yellow and black has been excluded, and we'll be having a reserve come in for him. Hits her up for 2, and away they go. And first to hit the bend in the white helmet is Lawson, the holder of the silver helmet. Two Scotch riders behind them going, blue and red helmets as they hit the top bend now, but it's still Lawson out front. One lap gone for Lawson, and trailing him, two Scotch riders, George Hunter and Benny Rourke. Hunter has dropped back to third, but he's a crafty old fox, the oldest rider in the track tonight. George Hunter, worldwide traveled in his speedway experiences, but 2 laps gone now, it's still Lawson of England out front. Trailing him in the blue helmet, Benny Rourke. And then there goes Hunter, making a bit on the inside, a real tight one, taking out. In fact, he's going neck and neck now with his own teammate Hunter and Rourke. And Hunter on the inside line now, trying to take out Lawson, and hard on the outside line comes colleague Rourke. Hunter now going hard, diving into the inside bend. Don't think he'll make it. I think the checkered flag's waiting for Lawson, who in fact does make it, followed by Hunter, and then Rourke. So Lawson of England for 3 points, then Hunter for 2, and Rourke. The time 65.5. 65.5, distinct from 64.8 in the first one. Bert Harkins on that one.
Yeah, that was a very good ride by Steve Lawson, just showing exactly why he's a new silver helmet holder. Johnny Hunter got a bit pushed out in the first corner and tried very, very hard to come back, but unfortunately Steve was just had the edge there, and a good ride by Benny Rourke as well.
The lineup in full then. McKenna, Collins, Johnson and Turner at the tape stop. Hit the bend first, and it's the red Scottish helmet of Charlie McKenna. No, it isn't on the outside line. Dave Troughton, former track record holder here, is well away on the very first lap. This might be the first English penetration into the score now. As Troughton goes back into the back straight, he skipped a bit there. And the yellow and black helmet making a bold bid too is Chris Turner of England. In between them though in red, Charlie McKenna. And he might look up for 2 points as Troughton racing away with it now. fully 2 laps gone and into the back straight again. Trouncin, in fact, looking back like a jockey, and it's a tussle now for second place, really, between the red helmet of McKenna and the yellow and black helmet of Chris Turner of England. Turner of England, McKenna of Scotland. The inside, McKenna's lost it, I think, as Turner gets the drive, but McKenna recovering again and going in hard on the inside. A fierce one for second place as Trouncin races away with it, takes the 3 points to the flag. Second in the red helmet, Charlie McKenna, and in third place, Chris Turner of England. The time is 63.5, and that's a new track record. A new track record for Dave Trouncin in the white helmet. 3 points then for Trouncin over the evening, and a former holder of the track record here, and now establishing a new one. The former record was 63.8. He's just done 63.5. Dave Trouncin of England, 2-4 in the heat in favor of England that time, and the cumulative score at the moment, Scotland 8, England 10. For England, it's Neil Collins in white and Alan Emerson in yellow and black. Tape's about to go up. They're worked electrically. That's the starting marshal, Mike Granger, there, getting them nicely in position. Race over 4 laps, 3 points for the winner. They're already off the go. Who's going to make the first man? And it's the yellow and black helmet of Emerson who's round first. So far he's from Newcastle, but also breaking through, and he's making a sandwich of him. Out front in the red helmet, veteran Georgie Hunter. The Lady Bank Express, they used to call him because of his nice connections. 1 lap gone, it's Hunter in red, followed by Emerson from the Newcastle rider, dropping right back is in fact Benny Rourke, who just bounced off the fence, but meantime Hunter still out front and taking a nice line all the way. I think with his craft and skill and guile, they'll be pushed from behind to overtake him. George Hunter then, the red helmet. Yellow flag waiting for him with 1 lap to go as he hits it. That's it, 1 lap to go from this moment. Hunter's well out in front. Looks like 3 points, and of course points mean money. They're all professional riders in Speedway now, National and British League. So Hunter out front, coming down to the black and white checkered flag. He's just made it over Neil Collins in the white helmet, followed by Alan Emerson in yellow and black. They leveled the count in the heat, 3-3, and the score now, Scotland 11, England 13, and the time for the heat, 64.1. 64.1. Bert Harkins is with me, just appointed new manager of the Scottish international team as after tonight. Bert, what do you think?
That's right, Dan. Well, this new shaped Powderhall track is certainly giving some good fast racing. If you notice now, the dirt is moving out a little bit further on the track down, and riders like George Hunter, they're using their experience and riding wider in the corners just to get more grip to the back wheel, because the dirt is moving to the outside of the track. Be very interesting to see just how the meeting progresses from here.
All set. He's fired and they're out. The white first man, and the Scots look as if they're out front. The red helmet of Charlie McKenna out front, and his colleague dropping back to third place. That's Brian Collins. Still the Scot, McKenna then out front after 1 lap. Trailing him, Steve Lawson, and Lawson a powerful performer on the Speedway circuit, and going full throttle almost down the back. Now he's coasting on the outside, looking for a different line, as McKenna still out front for Scotland. 2 laps gone, and pursued by Lawson in the white helmet, with Englishman Ivan Blacker in third place, and the blue helmet of Brian Collins bringing up the rear. Still holding on, Charlie McKenna. The yellow flag is up for 1 lap, and ready to pounce at any moment is Lawson in the white helmet, and he's round. I think McKenna could have then recovered. What a marvelous recovery there by Charlie McKenna, who practically gave the race away to Lawson and may yet do so, in fact. Checkered flag waiting. There's no, and in fact it's Lawson in the white helmet, followed by McKenna.
Oh, it's a fantastic race for Charlie, really. The only problem is it's still a little bit inexperienced. He's very fast, but he was riding on the part of the track which has very little grip. And Steve, with his extra experience, was able to ride round the outside of him. But Charlie's a great fighter, and I think he's going to be one of the riders to watch in Scottish Speedway in the years to come.
Well, after 5 heats, England led by 4 points and then went on to take 13 points to Scotland's 5 from the next 3 races. So could the Scots make a comeback? Well, let's rejoin Don Cumming with England leading by 30 points to 18.
Hunter in red is reared at the start, and there are those who think he'll take chance in this one, but he's been dropped right back now, and Hunter trying to get the revs up, and still trots away. Hunter, though, going hard in on the inside line. Troughton still out front, though, and followed by his colleague Chris Turner in the yellow and black, and Hunter in third position, and the trailing Scot at the rear is Benny Rourke. I think Hunter might make up something on it yet, though, as they come round to complete 2 laps, and Hunter's down. Hunter's down, trying too hard, right into the fence, and George Hunter injured and holding his head down there at the top bend. The race will be stopped. The race has been stopped as George Hunter, he reared actually at the starting gate, got off to a very bad start and tried to make it up.
Yeah, I think George was trying very hard to come round the outside of everybody, just where the dirt was, and he just ran out of track and hooked his footrest in the bottom of the safety fence.
Well, with George Hunter excluded for falling and causing the race to be stopped, a lot falls on the shoulders this time of Benny Rourke in the blue helmet there for Scotland, and he's flanked on each side by Dave Troughton in the white helmet and Chris Turner in yellow and black. Troughton was really flying tonight, so a lot depends on Rourke's away. He's away first to the bend. There's an outside line, and at the moment in the lead. And what looked like a 5-1 a moment ago, it looks as if Rourke is going to do something about it. But he's been overtaken now by Dave Troughton in the white helmet for England, and indeed he may have still holding on to second place, but being challenged tightly by Chris Turner in the yellow helmet. Turner now in second place at that top bend. Down the back straight, and 2 laps to go now for the leader, Troughton of England, followed by teammate Chris Turner in yellow and black, and Benny Rourke for Scotland in the third place. The 3 riders, Hunter excluded. 1 lap to go now as Troughton whips by there comfortably. No great challenge coming from him anywhere, and behind him his teammate, and he just has to coast home now, Troughton, to pick up 3 points, and indeed his colleague, there's the checkered flag, Troughton 3 points, his colleague Chris Turner 2, with Benny Rourke collecting 1, a 5-1 for England. That's their third tonight, their third 5-1 over the evening, and the score now is Scotland 19, England 35, the time in Heat 9, 64.7. Heat 10. And after a quick start there in the white helmet was Neil Collins. Scored most points of the 4 riders so far on the track tonight. But McMillan going great on the borrowed bike, and he's right out in front. And I think Collins is folded. He's folded, and McMillan's racing away out front, so a good chance here for the Scots to make up some of the margin. In second place, Alan Emerson, in yellow, and bringing up the rear is Kenny McKenna for Scotland. So the Scots in first and third places. In between them is Emerson of England. Down the back straight, there goes McMillan round the bend there in the red helmet. And a gold bid being made by Kenny McKenna in the blue, pursuing Alan Emerson of England. 1 lap to go now for McMillan. Into the first bend again, and making a bid on the inside in the blue helmet for Scotland, Kenny McKenna, and down came Alan Emerson. I don't know what the referee will say about that one, but it might well involve an exclusion. Red flag's up though, and McMillan himself won't be happy about that, the Scottish skipper, well out in front. But Bert, what would you think?
I think Kenny McKenna was just getting a little bit too enthusiastic there. He was trying very, very hard, but he came underneath Alan Emerson, hooked his left foot away with his footrest, and down went Emerson. So it depends what the referee judges this to be, but there's a chance that we could have an exclusion here by Kenny McKenna.
Well, let's see if I can explain what happened there. Kenny McKenna was shown Speedway's red card and was excluded for bringing down Emerson. Jimmy McMillan then went on to win for Scotland and take 3 points, with Emerson being awarded second place and 2 points even though he didn't finish the course. So with Scotland trailing by 22 points to 37 and battling desperately to stay in contention, we'll take a break. Join us in a couple of minutes for more Speedway action. See you soon.
Foster for Scotland in the blue helmet. Second from the outside lane there is Benny Rourke. He's had 2 caps, 2 points also tonight so far. And Ivan Blacka rides in yellow and black and takes her up for heat 11. And at the first bend, it's Hunter on the inside. If he can just hold it, and he's got it. He's on the inside line. He's trailing slightly, but he's got the right line, I think, and he's coming around on the outside of him. Really traveling. Ivan Blacka, the Hunter for Scotland. The Scots holding down slots 1 and 3 at the moment. Hunter lost out, but he's got a good drive on the high on the outside. And on that back straight, it's Hunter all the way now, if he didn't lose anything in that previous tumble. So 2 laps gone, and a chance for the Scots to pick up some of the points in this one. A possible 4-2 looming for them if Hunter can hold the lead out front in the red helmet. There he hits the bend again. George Hunter chasing him, Ivan Blacka in the yellow and black helmet, and in the third spot in the blue helmet, Benny Rourke. And curiously enough, at the very back, Steve Lawson, the holder of the silver helmet. So it's Hunter now coming in to take the checkered flag. George Hunter for Scotland. Second, Ivan Blacka for England. And third, in the blue helmet, Benny Rourke. So a 4-2 for Scotland there. They need the points. The running total score now, Scotland 26, England 39. Tapes go up for 12, heat 12. And first into the final bend, almost inevitably, it's Trouncin, but yes, he's got the line on the inside. Dave Trouncin then in white, unbeaten so far tonight. And he's got his partner with him too, so it's Trouncin and Turner for England. Turner on the outside line, Trouncin on the inside. And in third spot, the red helmet, Charlie McKenna, bringing up the rear, Ryan Collins. At this stage it looks like a 5-1. In fact, Trouncin has took over the lead for a moment there, gives it back to his partner. Doesn't matter which of them wins it, they get bonus points. So Chris Turner and Lawson team riding their way round very comfortably. Trouncin not appearing to be worried at all, glancing over his shoulder. And on the outside line, Chris Turner, on the inside, Trouncin, partners for England, and an almost inevitable 5-1 as they come round the last bend. All of a suddenly, crazily, Turner bounced off the fence, but still picked up second place. So it's Lawson in the white helmet for England for 3 points, Turner in yellow and black for 2, and in third place, Charlie McKenna for Scotland with 1. Another 5-1 for the English team. The first ride now for Rob Grant of Berwick, but riding for England, along with Alan Emerson in the yellow and black helmet on the outside. For Scotland, George Hunter in red, and Benny Rourke in the blue helmet. There goes Hunter on the inside. The 2 Scots out front for probably the first time tonight at this stage. Hunter and Rourke. And if they can hang on to that against some very tough English opposition, might be the first 5-1 of the evening for the Scots. So George Hunter setting a beautiful pace with a nice inside line, and outside, a beautiful drive there where it's good for him, is his partner Benny Rourke. Some team riding. Hunter, the old crafty fox there, team riding and holding off the opposition from behind. And no change in the positions. In third place for England, it's Alan Emerson. And a slip there by the Scots, and Hunter still out front, or rather on the inside line. The 2 of them together, it won't matter so long as they get the points. The outside line being taken by Rourke, the inside by Hunter, team riding and leaving no space for Emerson, who's in third place for England at the moment. Meantime, Hunter comes in, and the winner is actually Rourke, Hunter, and Emerson in that order. 3 points for Rourke, 2 for Hunter, and 1 for Emerson to make it Scotland's first 5-1 of the evening. And the score at the moment is Scotland 32, England 45, and the time 66.7. Well, we line up then for Heat 14 with Steve Lawson there in white for England, who's normally riding for the Glasgow Tigers, and his partner in yellow and black will be Ivan Blacka. For Scotland, it's Charlie McKenna, who scored 6 points so far. He rides in the red helmet, and Brian Collins, his partner in blue there, blue helmet, hit 2 points so far over 4 rides. Heat 14 then, and it's the Englishmen who break away, both on the inside and outside lines. Side by side they go, Lawson and Blacka. Lawson the white helmet the inside, Blacka on the outside, and he even touches, actually touching him as he's going round, meaning, I think, indicating team riding is what's called for here. But it's the first time I think I've ever seen a teammate pat one another on the way round like that before. So the Englishman this time comfortably in front, and in pursuit, Charlie McKenna in the round helmet, Brian Collins in blue. And it looks like a very comfortable little package for the English team at this stage, with now 1 lap to go as they sit out in front. On the outside line, Blacka for England in the yellow and black helmet, and on his own inside, teammate Steve Lawson. And making a last-minute burst there in the red helmet, Charlie McKenna couldn't quite make it, and then the finish is Blacka for 3 points for England, and another 2 for Steve Lawson. And in third place, Charlie McKenna for Scotland with a 5-1 for England in the heat, just to balance the one before.
That was actually one of the strangest things I've seen on a speedway track, was Ivan Blacka tapping his teammate on the arm as they came down the straight on the second lap, more or less indicating just to slow down and wait for me.
Jim McMillan on the inside, one of the most experienced riders in the entire, well, really in world speedway, Jim McMillan. Very well traveled. He's had some bike trouble tonight. Scored 8 points over there, over the distance. And others in the race are McKenna in blue helmet for Scotland and Chris Turner in yellow and black. McMillan's got the line. It looks as if we're having trouble. Close contest between McMillan and Troughton, as we suggested. McMillan's got the inside line, Troughton leading on the outside. McMillan go diving for that bend. Troughton had the better line, though, took him on the outside, and it's now the white helmet of Troughton that's out front. McMillan tried to hold the inside line all the way. Troughton bouncing off the fence almost there, but still out front. McMillan may take him this time on the inside. Beautiful steering there. Full locker right down, but oh, they're making a tremendous race of this one. Two of the greatest riders moving, and this time it's Troughton takes the inside line, McMillan the outside line, and the Englishman has taken the lead now over McMillan, the Scottish captain. So down the back straight with about a half a lap to go now. Troughton, the new track record holder here, ahead of, there he is, Scott McMillan, and in third place. In third place, the result then, Chris Turner in third place, by the way, and Troughton the leader with 3 points. McMillan second, Troughton for England with 3, McMillan second with 2, and Chris Turner in third place, 1 point. The time, 65.3.
That was a great battle between two fantastic riders, Dave Troughton and Jim McMillan. They both, as they overtook each other, they tried to take each other's line, but still without overriding themselves and leaving the other one in a lot of trouble.
And incidentally, for England in the white helmet, we've got Neil Collins, the most expensive National League rider. They bought him for £12,000. The others made up of Charlie McKenna in red, and Alan Emerson in yellow and black. And it looks like Emerson breaking through with his English partner on the inside of him, the white helmet. So Alan Emerson, who rides with Newcastle, in the lead, comfortably partnered just behind him there by Neil Collins. Collins, who rides with Edinburgh. Well, it has every sign of a 5-1 win at this stage. The Scots trailing by a fair margin. The nearest one is Charlie McKenna in red. McKenna with a bike that's spluttering as he goes round. He's lying in third place, and the youngster Harry McLean behind him. The reserve, rather, McLean, bringing up the rear. nasty sounds coming from these bikes at the moment, but not from the bikes of the Englishmen. They look as if they're riding home in triumph for another 5-1 win as they hit the last bend, running in now to the checkered flag. And the winner, finally, Alan Emerson. Emerson, followed by his teammate Neil Collins. And in third place, it was, in fact, Harry McLean, the reserve, picking up 1 point. And the time in the heat, 66.9. And the score at the moment, Scotland 36, England 59. And for Scotland, Jim McMillan, the Bellevue rider, and in red, and Kenny McKenna in blue. There's the start. Heat 17. McMillan looks good for the first bend at the moment. If only his bike holds up, he's had some difficulty tonight, but he's away. Jim McMillan, the Scottish team captain then. Coming around that top bend, third bend, down the home straight with 1 lap gone. Trailing him, Ivan Blacka, and third place behind him, Steve Lawson in the white helmet. Bringing up the rear at the moment, Kenny McKenna. Still McMillan, there he is. 2 Englishmen behind him, and 2 laps gone now for McMillan with 2 to go. And of course, this is not only international riding for prestige, but it's for the gravy as well as the glory. They go for the dough. There's money involved in every point, and McMillan's out there, he's a professional. Round the top bend, down now the checkered flag, waiting for Jim McMillan. He's about half a lap to go now. McMillan in red, and he's followed by Ivan Blacka, an Englishman in third place. Steve Lawson. That's the way they finished there. Jim McMillan of Scotland for 3 points, Ivan Blacka for 2, Steve Lawson for 1. They split the points 3-3 over the heat. The score at the moment, Scotland 39, England 62, and the time 64.6. The main challenge from this one, in this heat, will come from George Hunter of Scotland in the red helmet. Townsend's partner, the yellow and black helmet there, just moving, that's him there. On the inside line is Chris Turner, and the other riders in this one, the blue helmet for Scotland, Benny Rourke. The last heat, 18, and off they go, and Hunter's got the corner first. George Hunter of Scotland and the Edinburgh Monarchs actually looking back over his shoulder and trying to team ride and making way, and as one of them folds up, the one to fold up is Townsend himself. Unbeaten so far, and Hunter easing the passage for his teammate to try and give Scotland a 5-1 finish in a blaze of glory despite their overall defeat over the evening. So Hunter team riding on the inside line and trying to usher in Benny Rourke with him, and he's doing just that. So Rourke takes the outside line, Hunter on the inside. And Rourke hanging on nicely, but he's been slipped back as Chris Turner moves in, and now Hunter's making a room, perhaps, for Turner to take it from him. Hunter going hard on the outside, less than a lap to go now. It's Hunter still there now, in the red helmet for Scotland, and for England, Chris Turner in second place. For Scotland in third place, it's Benny Rourke. It looks like Hunter all the way now. 3 points finish for the veteran rider Hunter for Scotland. And in second place, it was Chris Turner for 2 points. And in third place, Benny Rourke for Scotland, making it 4-2 in the last heat for Scotland. The final score, Scotland 43, England 64. The time for the last heat was 66.1.
Yes, a deserved triumph for the young men of England, but what a tremendous night of thrills and spills it was here, wasn't it? Well, that's it from Powderhall Stadium for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the action. Thanks for joining us. So until next time, good night.